Across India, conservation is being reimagined through people centric approaches that link ecology with livelihoods. And the Palamau Tiger Reserve stands ahead of all. Hello and welcome to Indian Masterminds. My name is Bhakti Kothari and I am back with the second part of the video interview with Mr. Prajesh Kanta Jena, the Deputy Director of Palamau Tiger Reserve, who has led initiatives empowering women, youth, and local communities to become active partners in forest and wildlife conservation. So let's welcome him. So, welcome back to our channel, sir. We're very happy to have you again with us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank
सो
you.
जैसे हमने लास्ट टाइम बात करी सर कि आप कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन में बहुत ज़्यादा बिलीव करते हैं, लोगों को बहुत आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं. There's this program called हुनर से रोजगार program that is being taken
Right.
by you. So how has this program reduced the dependence of people on forest extraction?
Right. Hunar Se Rozgar program is a employment-linked skill development program. It's an
Mm-hmm.
upskilling program. And I'll go into details of it, how it is not only a skilling, it's a personality development program as well. So under the banner of Jan Bhagidari, as I told, there was a paradigm shift from the only parochial concept of conserving and preserving to also taking care of the well-being of the forest dwellers and the local tribals.
Hmm.
So under the Jan Bhagidari banner, we started this employment linked skilling program. And as I told you earlier as well, when go deep into the forest, the remotest tribal villages, and mind you, this entire landscape was also a victim of left-wing extremism since last 2 decades.
Hmm.
Now, as we have taken care of the security scenario, if we do not bridge this demand for jobs with a suitably skilled and dignified income generating activity, there
Hmm.
is a high possibility that people may go in different directions, and they're also out migrating to different parts of the country.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, giving a livelihood and dignified earning source to the local youth, I believe, is the most potent way of making them partners in conservation,
Hmm.
and also ensuring that they are always connected to their roots and the villages.
Right.
So we started this journey by going and talking and consulting with villagers, the Gram Sabha, the Gram Mukhyas, the youth, and there are diverse group of people with different level of education and different level of aspirations. Now coming up with social media, Instagram, everybody's aspiration has gone sky high, but
Absolutely.
we do not have skills to cater to this demands.
Hmm.
So what we decided, we took their ideas and their demands where they want to get trained, and we partnered with different NGOs and different skill houses and
Hmm.
provided them residential training. In
Hmm.
when we talk about residential training includes not only the training part. The day starts with yoga and physical education.
Oh.
Then they have their breakfast. Then they have classroom activities. Then in the evening they are given a forest tour. They have birding activities,
Hmm.
and in the evening they are involved in local sports. And in the evening, they watch movies and they engage in cultural activities.
Hmm.
And weekly or monthly they go into forest and other exposure visits. They
Hmm.
meet with ministers, politicians, top bureaucrats, and technocrats. And when they talk to them, they also the other people also get to know about the strength of the tribal youth and the beauty of the tribal culture here. And they also get a assurance from outside world that
Hmm.
what they're doing is no less,
Hmm.
only a little bit upskilling, which is in line with the modern demand of the job market,
Hmm.
that will take them forward, and they can start their own entrepreneurial activities locally,
Hmm.
and the dependence on forest will reduce the moment they're economically vibrant.
Hmm.
Then the dependence on the forest, the primary activities that they're involved in,
Hmm.
that will go down. They'll be
Hmm.
more into skilling, value-added products, value-added activities, service sector.
Hmm.
So that was the idea. Until now, we have already trained 400 youths. They're
Hmm.
already engaged in different self-entrepreneurial activities and by other employers as well.
Right.
So this is the work that we have done.
So, did this also have any impact, any visual impact on their attitude towards the forests?
Yes. So just to have a small example, we try to train the local tribal girls in as tourist guides and drivers, which
Okay.
is breaking the glass ceiling, because the entire
Absolutely.
area was dominated with the activity of eco guides. Was mostly
Hmm.
done by, it was a men's job.
Hmm.
So once we started training them, there were so many comments and activities around what is happening. But
Hmm.
once they got trained, after initial, I'd not say they did not face challenges, but oh, crossing and overtaking all these challenges. Once they go with, they were very swift learners. Now
Hmm.
we keep taking feedbacks from our tourists who go into forest safaris.
Hmm.
They have excellent reviews. They have shown tigers to people, and the way they weave stories not only about the forest and the wildlife, but
Yeah.
also about the culture and the village lifestyle. That is
Yeah.
absolutely marvelous. And they have become the ambassadors of who have broken the glass ceiling, and they've gone out and they have learned a skill, and now they're engaged in some self employment activities.
Right.
So looking at them, we try to do it in other areas, which is supposedly a men's corner,
Hmm.
like the driving part.
Hmm.
So that also was a hit. Now we are getting so many requests from across the landscape for different
Hmm.
kinds of training, be it stitching, beautician, and tourist guides,
Hmm.
computer operators.
Hmm.
So we have given them a very unique name. We are calling them Pink Panthers. They are
Hmm.
the Abua Didis. They
Right.
are the volunteers and the ambassadors for conservation. They champion the cause.
Yeah.
We have heard the concept of ecofeminism. We see
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
moment they get economical independence,
Hmm.
now we give strength to their ideas and the spirit they live for.
Hmm.
Conservation of nature and wildlife and environment
Hmm.
has to do a lot with the freedom of women,
Hmm.
be it the fetching of water. We have seen women of Rajasthan running for 1 to 5 kilometers to fetch waters. Once we
Exactly.
conserve environment, we'll get water at our doorstep. So it
Yeah.
saves a lot of work, and we
Hmm.
can engage that amount of energy and time into more productive work.
Hmm.
And this is a virtuous cycle. So
Hmm.
in a slow way, this is a movement. This is a very strong movement where there is a one family is getting transformed. The idea and the confidence level of the local tribal girls is getting transformed,
Hmm.
and resulting into a transformation of the entire society. So,
Right.
in a slow way, we are trying to get this done, and we're getting brilliant support from the local girls and their families who were initially very skeptical. What will these girls do? Now
Hmm.
they come up, they see how the training is going on, how these people, the same girls, are involved in such activity. They go on doing voluntary cleanup drives in public spaces,
Hmm.
multiple activities they do. So it's very heartening to see the results.
Absolutely, sir. And like you said, introducing women safaris, I mean, it itself is a breakthrough moment. So, how did not just the community, but also the tourists coming to visit the place respond initially when they saw that, female driver is going to drive them through the safari? What was the reaction?
So yes, when tourists see there are few girls also doing the eco guide activity, initially there is a lot of stigma attached. What will they do? Will they be competent enough?
Hmm.
But in the initial time, we have also attached few lady forest guards with the lady guides, so
Hmm.
that they brief them about their competence level. And once they go and do their work, they do not need any probably lobbying or any clarification from any other party,
Yeah.
because it is self. The people know for sure that they have a very enriching educative tour
Hmm.
when these guides they go along with them,
Hmm.
and they've shown tigers. They give details and the passion with which they do. So we keep taking feedback from the tourists as
Hmm.
well, and we have got excellent feedback from them, both
Hmm.
from Indian and from foreign tourists. We have got excellent review about this
Hmm.
girl forest guides.
Right. And you just mentioned that, they had their own challenges that they had to face. So, what were these challenges like and how did they meet them?
So a silent gaze or probably unwanted look that why you are present in this ecosystem, in this job field, that
Hmm.
itself is a very unsettling one.
That's
It
true.
has to be that comfortable that
Yeah.
nobody should be looking at you. No, you shouldn't be drawing any eyeballs when you're doing any other work. Our constitution mandates us to or allows us to take up any job.
Hmm.
So, in a men-dominated area, when four girls venture into a place where you have to sit amongst the seven tourists that those are going into wildlife safari
Hmm.
and getting trained along with the male tourist guides, it was
Hmm.
a challenge.
Hmm.
And there was challenges along with that. They get challenges from the society and from their families as well.
Right, right.
So it is a very knowledge-based skill, I would say, because you have to
Hmm.
upskill yourself every week. So we
Right.
have classes of upgradation every week. So they
Hmm.
have to come, attend the classes. You have to go in the morning and come in the evening. So the timing, you have to come out of the house. So at multiple levels,
Hmm.
they faced challenges. We reached out, counseled, spoke to their families. We
Hmm.
took care of the legal and security aspect at the job place. We created toilets, and so that the basic facilities are there. They feel that they're taken care of because
Hmm.
they're the pioneers in this activity.
Hmm.
What they will do, the confidence level that they reflect will percolate into the entire landscape of Palamu Tiger Reserve.
True, true.
So slowly we have overcome all the challenges and hurdles that we faced.
Hmm.
Now we are planning to expand it, and they are able to motivate and inspire other girls in and around the villages.
That's amazing, sir. And there's also this initiative called Compost Didis, just like I came to know. So, how did the idea of this particular initiative of assigning girls as Compost Didis emerge as a solution to forest fires? And before that, if you could tell us what exactly is this initiative about?
So the Compost Didi are the village tribal women and Didis who
Mm-hmm.
convert forest floor biomass, the leaves
Hmm.
that would have otherwise gone into forest fire. Those are the fuel which leads to forest fire.
Hmm.
They collect it and scientifically convert into compost, which is
Hmm.
then sold at a very good price as an organic manure in the market. So this is the
Hmm.
concept.
Yeah.
Where did this concept come from? It
Hmm.
came from a problem and a solution that
Hmm.
we had already. We had a problem of forest fire because the dry land area and forest fire, as you know, is a challenge. It's a disaster in the entire country.
Yeah.
So we have been dousing it. When the days goes forest fire, it spreads like anything, and there is no control to it. So we
True.
have been doing it doing the postman. We used to address it as a band-aid solution. Ki kaise, how to douse it.
Hmm.
So we thought we'll do it preemptive. We'll do it proactively so that we reduce the cases of forest fire itself,
Hmm.
and we'll do it in such a way so that community adopts and accepts it, and
Hmm.
it is linked to a circular economy where some economy is generated, some income is generated.
Hmm.
So again, when we are stuck with a problem, we go to the field. We
Yeah.
see the villages, people doing backyard farm composting themselves. They
Hmm.
have traditional skills. We have been doing it. Our mothers have been doing it.
Yeah.
So we have to create an economic model whereby they can do it in a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Rather than taking care of composting the biodegradable waste of their household, now
Hmm.
we have to think for the community and a bigger forest patch they are a part of.
Right.
So we called in a few trainers, the trainers who know the simple, easy, scientific way of converting forest leaves into compost.
Hmm.
We created, along with the district administration, we trained almost 115 village panchayat didis into master trainers. So now in every villages there are master trainers who know how to do it scientifically in a way where the qualitative value is very good. So now we have eco development committees. These are like small groups of people who have their presidents, who have their own fund. So
Hmm.
the seed money was provided to the interested party because this was a pilot scheme.
Yeah.
To the interested 4 or 5 women, because once you start you have so many questions, doubts, it's an abstract thing.
Yeah.
So we provided them with seed money. So when you collect leaves from other people, you source it, crowdsource it, you give them a token money, let's say ki, 2 rupees or 3 rupees per kg. So it's
Hmm.
a side income for the people who go around with their cattle. They collect leaves and deposit with the didis. The
Hmm.
didis will churn it out and go through a scientific process. They make a stack, and in 2 days the stack is prepared. Almost 20 to 30 tractors or tractor load of leaves can be made into a small stack, which will earn you around 25 to 30,000 at the end of 2 3 months.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have to invest your 2 days of labor of 5 people, and then later you have to just water it. So this
Right.
is something creating resource out of nothing, something which would have burnt and added to the atmospheric carbon. Now we are converting it into black gold and earning very good revenue.
Hmm.
So we got success and we sold it to various players, now government players. Now the private players are also interested. Now we are planning to value add it, package it in a better way so that we can realize more value for it. Now we are targeting at least 10 to 15 stacks in every villages so
Hmm.
that we can have a volume where we can generate a lot of compost and we can take care of the forest fire issues.
Hmm.
And third, it will sum into a big amount that was generated by just investment of 3 days of labor, and that
Exactly.
will directly go to the didis.
Yeah, exactly.
So
In
these
fact,
didis will earn their livelihood. They'll
hmm.
become more economically independent. They will directly contribute to the global warming and climate change problem
Exactly.
by capturing those carbon which would have otherwise gone to the atmosphere.
And that in itself
So
is
that
such
was
a
the
big thing.
concept.
I mean, it's amazing how you guys are working with, these communities and these tribals and everybody. And like we know, tribals, they worship nature. I mean, nature is like God to them. We know this through like one day we worship करते हैं वो लोग, वृक्ष रक्षा बंधन and all these things. ये बहुत powerful movements हैं उनके. So why do you think कि culture, like इस तरह से culturally उनको अपने पार्टिसिपेशन में इन्वॉल्व करना, इट वर्क्स मोर देन इन्फोर्समेंट, कहाँ जहाँ पे इन्फोर्समेंट भी फेल हो जाता है, जैसे कि पलामू में अभी रिसेंटली वन देवी की रक्षा करने के लिए उनको जब सलाह दी गई तो उन्होंने अपनी गन्स को भी सरेंडर कर दिया एक तरीके से कि हाँ हम वाइल्ड लाइफ की वर्शिप करेंगे, अपने नेचर की वर्शिप करेंगे। तो जहाँ इन्फोर्समेंट फेल होता है वहाँ कल्चर कैसे काम करता है?
Human beings are emotional creatures.
हम्म।
Though we think we are rational economic creatures, but we actually are very emotional. Something, culture is something which is very subcutaneous. We have been doing it without understanding or realizing because it is a continuation.
या।
And culture is the only reason why India is one of the most biodiverse country in the
हम्म।
entire world,
हम्म।
despite having laws coming very late to the fore.
हम्म।
So we have seen our conservation ethos running since the time of Harappan and much before that.
हम्म।
Conserving wildlife and worshipping of wildlife. This has been our culture when we have learned it from our forefathers. We
राइट।
go to the villages, we see how to take care of the plant. You cannot cut trees, you cannot litter into the water.
या।
So that is a very potent tool. As I said, it's a very emotive aspect of humans, not
हम्म।
only tribal, every one of us.
हम्म।
So if we can suitably channelize this and suitably tap this resource, then we'll never be at loggerheads, will not be enemies or will not be outsiders enforcing
हम्म।
something. Will
हम्म।
be only aiders, will be aiding in something which they are already doing. Probably
हम्म।
will do it, we can support them technically or make it a more systematic way. There are
हम्म।
thousands way now things can be given back to the community for conserving nature. There is
हम्म।
red plus plus, there is carbon trading, there is
हम्म।
nature based solutions. So that is our job,
हम्म।
to find out ways and means where we can monetize properly, because we are living in a capitalistic economy where aspirations are high. We cannot ask anybody to curtail or cut down on their aspirations. So the conservation needs to be paid for at this time. So we cannot just say you have been traditionally doing it, keep continuing it. As we have spoken about the global commons. So we
Yeah.
have to give them something back, the better education, better health. For that, they need to have some income.
Hmm.
So we try to address this. We try to go in to the people and understand how the first part was learning to see around what they're already doing,
Hmm.
to get involved in their festivals. We also celebrate Sarul and the Karam Puja along with the tribals, with the Baigas worshipping. We go along with that. We
Hmm.
have to be part of this entire canvas to work in unison. So
Hmm.
after that, we get voluntary support, and we support in their cultural activities, and they support us back in conserving.
Right. So, you have worked with tribals, you have worked with women, you have also worked with children in this bamboo initiative called, please correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I think it's called Abua Todang and Abua Ayo. So, what is this initiative about, and how have you involved children in it?
So this is a very interesting concept that came up again when during the field visits.
Hmm.
So we have internal departmental programs of silvicultures where we do plantation drives
Hmm.
to revive a landscape. So the idea came into my head, why to do it only from the forest department side, and why to decide the species from our side. Let us, there was a patch of land near Betla National Park, and close to which there is a Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya, which is a residential school for the
Hmm.
girl children. So
Hmm.
we thought we'll take up this entire project, a 30-hectare patch of land, and we will motivate and go to the kids who are going to stay in those schools for next 5 years,
Hmm.
and choose a species like which can grow in next 4 5 years and convert into a forest. And the easiest thing that came into our head is bamboo, which can grow very fast, which
Hmm.
is a plant which is preferred in wildlife areas as well,
Hmm.
and the fruiting plants.
Yeah.
So we went to the school, told them the concept, what we are going to do. So on World Environment Day, we planted one bamboo sapling by every girl child. So we planted around 5,000 bamboo saplings and 500 fruiting trees.
Hmm.
And we the rest of the area, like we treated it with watershed activities as well from the forest department side. So we have tagged every tree to one girl child.
Hmm.
So they have a responsibility to take care of the tree. And as they pass out, they will see an entire forest getting created in front of them.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
how many people would see or see in their lifespan a forest being created in front of them by them? That is the
Exactly.
beauty.
Hmm.
And uh, added to this, Torang is for forest,
Okay.
and Ayo is mother, our forest, our mother, and we have added
Okay.
one more component to this, Abua Patshala. So
Okay.
it will be a forest created by them, which is
Hmm.
motherly figure to them, and
Hmm.
which will be their open air educative platform. So we are
Right.
creating at a hillock a platform for them to engage and in activities which they cannot do within the four walls of their schools.
Right.
So we are creating activities using natural material and discarded material. Activities like small amphitheaters, small playgrounds, areas where they can discuss and perform, and they can involve in soil moisture conservation activities like taking care of the tree, doing small watershed activities, science models, open libraries. So they can the entire education, like we have seen in Shanti Niketan, how Rabindranath Tagore had envisaged.
Mm-hmm.
Education should be out in the world. Nature is the biggest university, and tribals have always learned from nature. They
Hmm.
travel, they understand the nuances and the depth of ecology and the ethnobotany. They have this knowledge. But the modern education system doesn't promote this somehow because it is mostly within the campus of the schools.
Hmm.
So we got this opportunity to bridge this gap. And this is in their backyards, and they do not have to move much farther. So they can take care of the forest, grow the forest, play there, learn there, and revive the culture, the rich culture that they were part of, their
Hmm.
forefathers have been a part of. And that can pave way to the modern education also. The kind of learning, the vocational things, the community participation that we see in an open area. Let's say we are learning counting by counting trees.
Hmm.
That is a very unique way of doing this.
Yeah.
So yes, that is the concept is still evolving. There are a lot of consultations going on. The pedagogy we're trying to develop, whereas where the open education can be suitably integrated to the already existing syllabus curriculum that they have.
Right, sir. And this is actually really amazing. I mean, you're involving pretty much every single section of the society or the community within this. That's absolutely commendable. And I'm sure, like, while doing all of this, there must have been some mistakes or maybe some learnings that you had for yourself also. So, what mistakes or learnings would you openly share with other officers also who would want to, do this maybe in the future?
Always, the, the entire journey was full of learnings. The first learning was to listen.
Hmm.
Sometimes we think that we're officers or we are in a given a position, so we have to go tell people what to do.
Hmm.
Sometimes our forest personnel, our people who are working, the villagers, the kids,
Hmm.
they are full of solutions.
Hmm.
Sometimes learning the problem in a right way, asking the right question, and listening to the people who have been doing it since years and generation gives
Hmm.
the solution. That was the first learning,
Hmm.
that we have to be patient and we have to have enough humility to give a fair hearing to everybody. Then the
Right.
solution just percolates. It comes from every direction. You're not a
Hmm.
unilateral, unidirectional solution provider. You're a
Hmm.
part of the bigger tree. That is number one.
Hmm.
Number two, yes, lot of before, as we say, before you plant a tree, you have to plant a seed in people's head. So once you motivate them psychologically, motivate them voluntarily, they'll do that voluntarily. That is the most important thing. So the idea needs to be planted first,
Hmm.
be it myself, be it with my staff, be it with the people. So
Hmm.
that will need a lot of consultation. That takes the longest time. Then everything becomes easy.
Hmm.
Then comes the system building part,
Hmm.
because these are schemes, especially in forest department. There will not be a lot of scope for developmental activities,
Hmm.
but when that gives also freedom to craft any kind of schemes or programs as we wish. It can be very customized and tailor-made to the demand of the local people.
Hmm.
So there you have to create a system which is economically sustainable,
Hmm.
scientifically sustainable,
Hmm.
and administratively also sustainable. So
Yeah.
once a system is created, it will live beyond us.
Hmm.
The chair will change, people will change, but the idea will go, because it benefits local people directly. It benefits the forest department directly, and it adds to the economy and everything. Everybody is a winner here. So the
Hmm.
system will run.
Hmm.
So that comes at a lot of pain, because you have to create a system, we'll execute it, we'll review it, we'll take the feedback, we'll get the money, we will do the expenditure, we'll keep the track of expenditure, everything. It has to go to the right people. So once it is created, your entire cycle is done. Then the tangible, intangible benefits will flow, and the thing is done. These are the learnings that we have had till now. Apart
Yeah.
from that, there are many learnings. I think we have to recollect and
Hmm.
specifically point out what are the learnings.
Right, so but this is great. This is really great that you understand all of these things. And do you think that this Palamau model can be replicated elsewhere as well?
I always believe that whatever change that we need, it has to begin from us. Let it be a very small model, but it has to be your model, and it has to be a sustainable model. And because you know the nuances and the intricacies and the demands at the local level.
Hmm.
So once our main target is to make this model a success, and get the outcomes and objective that we envisaged in the beginning of this.
Hmm.
And yes, of course, because in various platforms I have presented this model of Hunar Rozgar, Jan Bhagidari, Compost Didi. It has got wide scale appreciation from senior officers and the political bosses. So I have been asked to make models out of it so that it can be replicated, expanded,
Hmm.
and the private stakeholders also, they are interested. Yes, it can be. Probably every area will seek for a different kind of solution.
Hmm.
What we are doing here, it can be slightly tailor made in a different way, but
Hmm.
overarching of model we are also developing. It can of course be I think expanded and replicated in other parts of the country and the state as well.
That's really great, sir. And thank you so, so much for joining us today. It really was a very insightful conversation. I came to know about so many new things, so many new initiatives happening in this biggest part, like in this big, big part of our country. Thank you so much for joining with us today, and we had a lovely conversation.
Thank you, Bhakti. Thank you for having me in your channel, and all the best for future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. In Palamau, conservation is no longer enforced, it is owned. And when forests become livelihoods, faith becomes protection, and communities become custodians, the future of wildlife finds its strongest allies. Hope you like the segment. This is Bhakti Kothari signing off. Thank you for watching.